Now, we rightly lavish praise on the NHS. When we stood on doorsteps applauding into the air, I'm guessing many of us were picturing doctors and nurses working hard, risking their own health on the wards. Were we always thinking of the ancillary staff, the hospital porters, for example? Well, the MyPorter Awards now recognise the work and dedication of the portering teams. Like many NHS staff, they've taken on extra responsibilities. They've worked additional shifts. They have gone that extra mile to help hospitals cope with the pressures of this crisis. The winner of the first MyPorter Award is Claire Blackhall, a charge hand porter at Wansbeck General Hospital in Northumbria. And despite suffering the loss of family members, single mum Claire continued to work full-time, not taking a single day off. Now, just before the show, I spoke to Claire to congratulate her and ask her how she felt.
It feels absolutely amazing. It's an honour as well to be the first person to receive that award.
Yeah.
I just feel so humble that it was me to receive it. So grateful.
It's lovely of you to say that. Was it a massive surprise?
A really big surprise. I never expected it at all. So yeah, it made it even more special.
Yeah. Who told you? How did you find out?
So my manager Tracy Smith had basically said that we were having a Porters Day to be appreciated as porters, and they had chose our staff to do the pictures.
Yeah.
So a charge hand come and got us at dinner time and had said, sort of, how are you? They're here, they're waiting. And I was like, oh, okay then, I didn't really want my picture taken, but how are you? And then, I walked in with a lot of my facility colleagues clapping, and I was like, oh my, what's happening? So, yeah, it was a real big surprise, but a really lovely one too.
Yeah, look, Claire, it's no good being shy. You're a celebrity now.
I feel like it the day.
Look, tell me, you've earned this award through an awful lot of hard work at a very, very difficult time. And I know you've had hard times yourself, Claire, haven't you? You've lost family members. But you kept going.
I just sort of, through losing personal family members to my family, which I wasn't COVID related, but they were all tragic, and all of the 3 deaths I experienced, it inspired me to just continue to work through my grief, to help other people who, times are really hard at the minute and they're difficult. Yeah. And I felt like I couldn't give up. I had to make the people who passed away I loved proud of us, and that was a great opportunity to do that. Yeah.
I mean, how have your work colleagues, other porters, reacted to this?
I think they're all happy for us. They just made a joke like, "Oh, you're a celebrity," sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think that they're all same as me. They're all just so happy to be appreciated and recognised for the really hard work what we do.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you what. Look, Matt Wright is with us too. He's the chief executive at Global View Systems. They're behind this award. Before I do anything else, Matt, what do you want to say to Claire?
Well, we are absolutely proud that she is the first ever winner of the MyPorter Awards. Her story is exceptional, and I'm pleased that she's getting that celebrity recognition that she so richly deserves.
Yeah.
For us, it was a very difficult judging process, but actually her story stuck out to us as a worthy winner. And again, we're absolutely over the moon to have Claire be our first ever recipient.
Yeah. Well, I guess part of the point of this is that hospital porters are all, they're heroes as much as anyone else in those hospitals. But when you say Claire's story stuck out, just tell us a bit more.
Well, we've touched on the personal loss and the fact that she's kept on going, but it's the humanity side. The porters are really a function of the hospital that keeps it going, so they've got to move patients from A to B without any delays. So that's kind of the nuts and bolts. But actually, they touch the patients' lives in their most vulnerable states. And so Claire has really showed extraordinary humanity. She's been able to listen to the patients, helping wherever she could, and really that's been despite the personal grief that she's struggled against. She's a single mum herself. She's continued to work full-time. She hasn't taken a day off during the period. And on top of all of that, if that wasn't enough, she's training to become a volunteer Coast Guard so that she's able to then give back further to her local community.
Yes.
So this is an incredible lady.
Claire, you want to be a volunteer Coast Guard?
I am. I'm a volunteer Coast Guard right now. My training was completed Monday, just gone.
Okay,
so
congratulations. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
They're going to have to find a bigger medal.
I think so.
Matt, tell me,
We'll have
Matt.
to add it for next year.
Yeah, well, there's always next year. Matt, were you flooded by nominations?
We were absolutely inundated, and there was obviously a lot of hard work going on from the non-clinical teams during the pandemic, and some trusts, they weren't able to identify one key person, so we had a lot of teams being nominated, and then our shortlist of individuals was down to around 30, and from that 30 we were able to sort of work through the stories, and Claire obviously is the ultimate winner, but incredibly difficult because the stories are so far-reaching and touching. So there was a number of stories there that put a few tears in our eyes and lumps in our throat.
I mean, give me an example.
Well, we've got a lady called Lauren Ross. She was at Leeds Teaching Hospital as a porter, and this was really where the porter themselves can save lives. So she was delivering a patient down to X-ray. Lauren went to complete another task. Arriving back to X-ray, she found that the patient had become unresponsive, blood coming out of her mask. She was able to raise the alarm, a crash call was made, and the patient was transferred to resus. So she effectively saved that person's life.
Yeah. And I'll bet you've got plenty of other stories like that.
There's so many.
Let me come back to you, Claire, just lastly. So, look, you're a celebrity now. We're going to have to get you a bigger medal for next year. But did you feel maybe a bit overlooked before now?
I've never felt overlooked from anybody in the hospital itself, because the porters are so out and about, and we're so lucky that we've got quite the freedom of the hospital wards and departments. So the staff are absolutely so grateful towards the porters. But sometimes I feel that porters from outside of the hospital, people just think porters transport patients, and that's kind of it. So sometimes, you feel like, well, I don't just do that. But at the same time, an award like this, it just makes you so thankful, because other people who are outside the hospital can actually see what a porter does, and it also encourages people to come and join our team as well.
Yeah. Listen, congratulations, Claire. Lovely to talk to you.
Thank you so much.
And take care, Matt.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Across the UK, on DAB, online and on your smart speaker. This is Times Radio.